Hillary with Dominion Tea, and today we're going to talk about how to brew loose leaf tea iced at home. So the first place to start is making a cup for yourself. And this is actually fairly simple. What you're going to want to get your hands on is a 1 cup Pyrex. Maybe you can also do it in a 2 to brew in. Now the goal here is you're going to need a 2 cup cup. So what that means is 16 ounces at a bare minimum to do this. So what you do is in your Pyrex, you're going to put in enough tea for 2 cups. So that's 6 grams. Figure roughly 2 teaspoons worth of the tea. Might need to be a little bit rounded, but you can play with flavor. You're going to put it in there and you're going to brew it with the proper water temperature for the right amount of time, which for us on this summer peach decaf, we've got a couple more minutes. So we're going to hold on that before I strain it. While it's brewing, you're going to fill your cup with ice. Now, the key to understanding good iced tea is actually how much ice to water. And what we're doing here is using our ice to create the other half of this concentrate. Now, this means that you're going to have to understand the density of your ice. Most refrigerators have a pretty heavy density that are at home. The commercial refrigerators do not. And so you're going to notice my cup's pretty full, says my pitcher. You may not need to fill this high. You might be able to get away with a 1/2 to 3/4 of the cup filled with ice, or you can do the full cup. You're going to need to play. But you're going to want to get your ice ready, because as soon as that timer goes off, we're basically going to pour through our strainer, right, into the cup, and you've got yourself a single cup of iced tea. Don't forget, this is loose leaf tea, so you can brew it a second time. So if you go through that cup pretty fast and you're looking for a second, just go back, add your ice, and do a second steep, and you can absolutely get away with that. So if you're in a position where you need to brew for a larger crowd and do so quickly, you can do the exact same trick that you would do for a single cup in a larger pitcher. Now, this happens to be a 1 gallon pitcher. You're most likely going to find on the shelves a 1/2 gallon, which is not a problem. So you're going to notice we're not completely full here because we're going to go into this pitcher. Generally speaking, take a look at your pitcher. You're going to want about 24 grams of tea. See, there's our first one, per a liter of water. And that's about 4 tablespoons worth. So timer went off. I've got my ice. I'm going to take my infuser that I would typically brew my hot tea in my cup, and I'm just going to use it as a strainer. If you use a tea ball and you don't have one of these things, take a look at your pasta colander or any kind of vegetable strainer you might have in your kitchen, and take a look at how big the holes are. You might be able to use it to assist you in making a larger batch of tea quickly. Now, you've got all the loose leaf tied down in the bottom of this, and a little bit of cleanup to do when you're done. So, to help you along, we actually have another option that you might not be aware of. Several of our most popular iced tea actually come in 1/2 gallon iced tea pouches, which you can toss in there instead of the loose and take it through the brew time and make your cleanup just that much easier if you need it. All right, so we got our pitcher done. We're just down to our cups. While you're also considering doing this, we'll cover in a future episode how to do cold brewed tea with your loose tea. And the good news is a good quality loose leaf tea is going to make great iced tea. Now, there is one caveat. I will tell you, for those of you who are pu'er drinkers, you can try them iced, but that earthy flavor that is the main characteristic of a good pu'er doesn't necessarily always come through well when it's cold. I would encourage you, however, to take a very good look at oolongs as well as green teas as candidates for good iced tea. And so there you are, an easy to brew, single cup way of using your loose leaf tea for ice. We hope you enjoy. And if you find this informational, please leave us any comments or questions, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.